Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice Radio, so today I'm going to be showing you some games that I tested with Greninja-Zoroark, a deck that is going to be played when Forbidden Light is legal, that doesn't play Ultra Beast and therefore doesn't play Beast Ring. Pretty sweet. Huge thank you to Martin Cornwall for lending us his account so we could play this deck. And do make sure you're following at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio so you can follow in on future streams. Now, one quick note about the list. I put a Mew in because I was being an idiot. There's nothing for it to copy. It needs to be taken out for a Volcanion Prism Star. So if you do use this list, don't play it with Mew. That's just dumb. Pop in a Volcanion Prism Star. But for now, grab yourselves a nice cold beverage, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so here is my Zoroark Zoroark Greninja deck. Fairly simple, 4-4-4 Greninja line, which is quite nice. 4-4 Zoroark line. And then just a whole bunch of stuff to make it work. I like the idea of Aqua Patch for a cheeky Greninja attack at some point during the game. And I like Ace Roller. I'd like more of it. I'd also like Super Scoop Up, but then again, you know, you can't really afford to be playing Super Scoop Up. Yay, Trainer Zunal is here. The 4 Brooklet is interesting. Thank you for the cheer, by the way. Now, the 4 Brooklet Hill might be over the top. The reason we're going 4 Brooklet Hill is we want 4 frogs immediately. We basically want 4 frogs to Zorua. That is the ideal bench here. So maybe the 4 Brooklet Hill is overkill. I'm not entirely sure we even need Brooklet Hill, to be honest. Because if we played kind of 4 Bridget, 3 Lele, 4 Ultra Ball, we'd probably get a turn 1 Bridget anyway. I don't really want Shadow Stitch. Now again, Shadow Stitch is absolutely something worth putting in, because with Shadow Stitch you can kind of shut decks down. But what are we shutting down here with Shadow Stitch? Duskmane Necrozma decks will still be able to get a one-hit KO, and Ultra Necrozma decks will still be able to get a one-hit KO. I think we've probably got kind of enough here that we don't really need to go Shadow Stitch too much. I don't think Shadow Stitch is going to win games. I could be wrong. I've deliberately... Now, it wasn't a... It wasn't like an omission. I didn't... Oh, Gardevoir is going to be an awkward match. It wasn't a deliberate... Sorry, it wasn't an accidental thing. It was a very deliberate omission. I deliberately didn't play it. So we will see if it works out or not. Okay. What? I thought I cut Mew for a rescue stretcher. Well, this is annoying. Good news is we can go Brooklet Hill here. Grab ourselves a Froakie. Now, ideally here, we get free Froakie, and then next turn we get free Frogadier and actually get ourselves a cheeky KO. I don't know how likely that is, and we should actually check the line here. Thing is, we can't go... Unfortunately, we cannot go for a Bridget here because there's just too many... We don't have anything in our hand, unfortunately. So we've prized 2 Greninja, but none of the other things here. So this is clearly a Cynthia play. I am worried that if they get set up here, we're kind of in an issue. Please consider Timeable. Don't like that very much. I do like the idea of Timeable. I think Timeable is a really good idea, and it's absolutely something we could consider. I don't like flippy cards. But maybe putting in Timeable over something like an Aqua Patch. So maybe taking out the Aqua Patch, putting in Timeables could be better. Yeah, Timeable... Right, here's the deal. Timeable is a great idea in this deck. It really is. But it's flippy. And I don't like flippy cards. Like Super Scoop Up is nuts in this deck. But I just don't love it, to be honest. Now, the good news is we should be able to start spreading some damage around here. I could have saved the Ultra Ball for a Zoroark, but honestly, I didn't really want to, because I wanted to get this other Froakie down. If he drops a Parallel City, I am going to regret ditching a Brooklet Hill. But you can't win them all, ladies and gentlemen. That is Greninja-GX. I don't know how good I should feel about it. 2,879 bits for my next level. That's a lot of bits. Okay. So we're going to attach this so we can get it out the actives. We don't really want it there. We're then going to Brooklet Hill for... And this turn could be really, really good or really, really bad. And it's all going to depend on this turn. If we can get double colourless Zoroark, we're in a decent... Okay. Oh, okay. Now that's looking a bit better. So now we've got the double colourless as well, so we've got the KO. Problem is, now I'm actually having to, like, ditch things with trade. Now, we don't need Brooklet Hill anymore, so they make good trade bait. Ugh. So... what do we go for here? Do we go second No, I don't think we need second Zoroark yet. We just go Frogadier, because we've got Greninja kind of ready to evolve. So the question is, do we put it on... second one of these would be amazing, but we don't have it, so it's kind of a moot point. And we'll put it on the bench route so we can maybe get like a cheeky KO straight off the bat next turn. So let's go for a riotous beating, take a KO, and go up by a prize. Yeah, I had a feeling it was probably going to be a Greninja because we did have 2 prized. Now, that's a good point. Amphi does make a very good point. I have said on many an occasion, we will play flippy cards if they're good. Oh, come on! Turn 2, Guardy. Oh, turn 2, Gallade. That's all right. We should be able to KO that Gallade this turn. Yeah, if we get... ooh. See, here's the thing, right? We've got a guaranteed KO on the Gallade if we can draw a double colourless energy and a Frogadier, or we can just get the KO guaranteed by using Greninja, assuming we draw into a double colourless, which I think we probably should. It's an awkward one, ladies and gentlemen. Gallade is a problem here. Hello, person with long name. Hey, mostly. Nice to see one of the newest Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/PTCGRadio. Pleasure to see you here. Still not a huge problem. It just means we have to put the 30 damage onto it now. Oh, they whiffed. Oh, kind of upset now that that's on there. So, if we can take 3 prizes with this Zoroark, we don't really mind it getting KO'd. So we'll put 30 onto there. We now need essentially a Frogadier. And if we get a Frogadier, we've actually got the KO on Lele. And then we're going to be feeling very nice. Oh, that's upsetting. Oh, that is annoying. Never mind. Right, so let's Cynthia. Hope we draw into some evolutions here. Timer Ball, of course, at this stage would be amazing. There's the Frogadier we need. So now we can put the 2 damage onto Lele, putting it up to 150, which means now we've got the KO. And I'm not a huge fan of the play I'm making here, but I think it's got to be done. Oh, this is an awkward decision. Do I go Frogadier to get 20 damage down? I wish Hayslash did 120. Or do I go for Zoroark so we've actually got some draw power next turn? You know what? I want to get the damage on the field. So let's go there. And we're going to have to go on to there so we can kind of get a KO next turn. My opponent's almost certainly going to get the return KO. I'm hoping that's not going to be a problem. Trainer Zunal, you are the long nickname. Welcome. Okay, what do we... Oh! Never punished! Now... we are going to need a double colorless energy here. Double colorless energy is going to be huge. So here comes a Skylar. Skylar will be here for an Ultra Ball. Oh no! Puzzle of Time. Okay, and... Okay. Yeah, I mean, the problem is they're probably going to get the double colorless here, but I don't mind so much. Like, that Zoroark's taken 3 prizes. So if my opponent goes and gets 2 prizes by KOing the Zoroark, I'm just like, nah, you done your job. There is a big issue playing Zoroark at the moment in that so many people are going after it because of the weakness. That it does kind of... It just gets really awkward and dodgy trying to play it, to be perfectly honest with you. But hey-ho. Oh. Now I'm going to need a GX KO at some point here. So there goes Sensitive Blade. Now in theory here, we just need a double colorless. And we still got 3 left in our deck. So, I do not like this at all. In fact, what we're actually going to have to do here is get ourselves a Tapu Lele now. Because we can't afford, unfortunately, to wait. Because we need too many things. So let's go for a Tapu Lele. The question here is where to put the damage. I mean, to be honest, the damage basically has to go on to Gallade so I can get the KO. But then I'm down to like 30 extra damage, which is not enough to KO a Zoroark. Although if he takes... this is all getting awkward now, because I've only got GXs on my field, so I'm going to need my opponent to like clear a space for me. Now the good news is they have no draw power on the field, so if I end them to 4 while getting a KO, this should in theory be enough. Now, the other thing is, I could, in theory, take out a Zorua here, but then I'm not taking out the Gallade, and I think that's probably a bit silly. I would like to put 30 damage counters onto that. Or 30 damage, sorry. Then we end... And to be honest, our... Oh! Give me an energy. I need an energy. Otherwise, this could go very badly very quickly. Ah! I don't know why I found that so funny. I really did. I really found that funny. Oh, nice. All right. Ah, good times. Good times. All right. Ah. Now, I'm hoping my opponent hits me here. Because if they hit me, then I can ace roller, and then I can kind of start the chain going again. And all I'm really trying to do... Oh, no. Oh, no. Nah, it's actually a bit of a pain, to be fair. Because I do want to get another Froakie on the bench. Oh, okay, this I don't like at all. Oh. Okay, now that I like. Oh, this is going to be such a sick play. How do I not have any water energy in the discard yet? That's all right. Who wants to see a sick play, ladies and gentlemen? Here's what we do, right? We evolve this up, while at the same time doing 32... Oh, my opponent doesn't even have any cards in hand. Ha! Because he's probably going to evolve that, and we really want to... Oh, it doesn't really matter, does it? So let's put 30 onto that. Then what we do is we trade away the water energy. We don't really need anything. We're just trading it for the sake of trading it. So now we can Aqua Patch. Actually, no, I would quite like a Field Blower or a Brooklet Hill, but hey-ho. So then we can put a double Colorless Energy on. Then we can play an Ace Roller to pick it up. Then we can pop that one in the active. Then we can put a Froakie down. This is so much fun right now. And honestly, I am... Right, if my opponent gets a Gardevoir, then they can get 3 energy on total. So that's 6, plus a Choice Band is 7. I am fairly sure my opponent cannot KO this Greninja next turn. So we do Haze Slash to take a KO. We do not shuffle it back into our deck. And then in theory, next turn, we should basically have game. Oh, not quite. I quite like this deck. Hey, maybe Forbidden Light is my set, because we're on an 8-game win streak with Forbidden Light decks. Between Buzzwole Naganadel, Malamar Ultra Necrozma, and Zoroark Greninja, we're on an 8-game win streak. I did enjoy where I desperately needed a double Colorless Energy. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. Am I going first? Because this is like an insanely good opening hand. It's such a good opening hand, we're not even benching another Pokemon. Oh, this is not a deck we want to face here. Because my opponent can just get big one-hit KOs. This is, now, I haven't actually uploaded it yet, but I've recorded a deck about Greninja and the best partner for it. And I looked at Glaceon, I looked at Zoroark, and I looked at Buzzwole. And my conclusion for pretty much all of them was, if you come across a big one-hit KO deck, you can lose very quickly. Is he playing my Turbo Metals deck? No. No, he isn't. He's had a decent start, mind you. I say that. He needs to actually get his manual attachment. Oh, Ultra Necrozma Garbodor. It's a bit of a pain. Okay, I can live with this. So what we do is we put the Brooklet Hill down. Then we bridge it. And we grab ourselves free Froakie. Now, there's 2 Greninja prized in both games. And 2 Frogadier prized. Ugh. I do not like that at all. So let's go for all of them. Then we're going to Brooklet Hill for a Froakie. Now, do we risk wasting the energy? Is my problem. Because if my opponent's got a Guzma, they've got... No, if my opponent's got a Guzma, they've only got a KO on this Zorua. No, they can KO a Froakie. This might be a dumb play, but going second kind of forces me into it. We'll see where we go. I know I have the wrong Mew. I am fully aware I have the wrong Mew. I took it out, but apparently it didn't save the changes, even though I'm sure it said it did. Now, what's my opponent got here? If they've got, like, Guzma, Garbodor, and a Tool, there's Guzma. Then I'm in a bad... Oh! No! Okay. I would have taken out one of the Froakies if I was him. But that's all right by me, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go pop a Zorua active. Oh, we even top deck that. So, let's pop a Zorua down. Let's evolve into Frogadier. And then let's evolve into Frogadier. If he's not playing any energy acceleration, we might actually have a pretty good game here. Let's Brooklet Hill a Froakie so we can guarantee the extra damage. Then we can trade. Oh, please give me something good. Neither of those are good. And actually, what's kind of super annoying here is I would have been able to bench that Tapu Lele otherwise. But this isn't the end of the world, because actually, and I know my opponent's just going to get a KO on the Zoroark here, right? I understand that. But Greninja Field Blower actually gets us a KO next turn. Oh no, if they ability lock me here, I might lose. If they whiff the ability lock, then essentially... Oh yes, okay. Now we're rolling. If we whip... Okay. So in theory here, if I can get Greninja Field Blower, I can get a... Oh. I don't even want to play the Tapu Lele, to be honest. I just want a Cynthia straight away. I don't think I can Brooklet Hill, though. No. So if I can get Greninja Field Blower, I'm actually getting a mid-turn KO. No, I tell you what. I don't need any more bench Pokemon right now. And an N here could be devastating for my opponent. They've gone down to 3 cards very, very quickly, and they've only got an Oranguru on the field, and they don't have the ability lock up and rolling, whereas I'm going to get another 6. Oh, we don't have it yet, ladies and gentlemen. So, we can evolve up. And we can Field Blower. I think that's all I really want to get rid of. We need a Greninja. We desperately need a Greninja. So we're going to trade away the Brooklet Hill, and we need to hit a Greninja here. Neither of those is a Greninja. And we're not actually even getting the KO with Water Drop. So, this is very upsetting to me. I don't like this at all. But there's not much we can do about it. So let's just get that onto there. And now we're overkill. Oh, and we used a Field Blower. But we get to take 2 prizes. And my opponent has no... Oh, I'm going to be so upset if my opponent gets the ability lock this turn. Oh, that's not good. Although they still can only do 60 because they're not behind... Oh, come on! When I was playing B-String yesterday, I was never hitting it. I end my opponent to 3, took a KO, and I literally end my opponent into 2 B-String. That is ridiculous. Why does this never happen for me? I do need to watch my... Oh, I've played 3 items. I'm good. And then my opponent's going to end me into a garbage, unplayable hand. Ha, called it. Actually, it's not that bad. But, oh my goodness. That was so bad. I cannot believe that actually just happened. Now, the good news is my opponent now should act... Oh. And the problem is I don't actually have any... I don't have a way to end my opponent here. I'm fairly sure there's nothing there with Brooklet Hill. And I don't have a rescue stretcher, unfortunately, because I've still got a Mew in my deck, so cheers for that game. I mean, look, I'm playing Choice Band, DCE Choice Band, and I still get the KO here. Not good. Not good at all. Because I don't even get a Zorua, unfortunately, here. So this is not going well. I think I've lost this game. Because now, of course, there's another turn where my opponent... And right, can we just point out, I whiffed Zorua and double colourless. The turn after my opponent hit 2 Beast Rings off an enter free. And if they hit another Beast Ring here, I'd literally lose the game, like, straight away. What I needed to do was take all of my opponent's energy off the board, and I wasn't able to do it. If he doesn't get much this turn, I can still just Choice Band and Cynthia, hopefully hit an energy, and then I'll still be in a decent position. Oh, of course he got a Professor Sycamore. And now he's going to hit the Beast Ring, and I'm going to scoop. And my... I mean, in theory, he's got 2 left in the deck. He shouldn't have hit one off of the... he's forgotten what my GX attack does. He has definitely forgotten what my GX attack does. Or he's hoping I've forgotten what my GX attack does. Oh, I kind of hoped he'd hit it then. Okay, energy. Now, I've got 2 water, 2 double colourless in my deck. I'm putting this on purely because I don't want to draw into it. As long as I hit an energy of some description, I might be able to win this game. Whew. Now, the other thing is, if my opponent's got a Guzma, I lose. Oh, not that. I've only actually played 3 items. So Guzma, it would actually take a Guzma Field Blower. And that's got resistance, so that can go down because he won't get a KO on that. So actually, my opponent still needs a Guzma and a Field Blower in order to win this game. Let's see if they've got it, shall we? I am sure. I would like to use my GX attack. So, Psychic Energy Guzma Field Blower. That's how my opponent wins the game. Because if they can Field Blower my Choice Band, then I will have 4 items in the discard. Oh, okay. That still only does 60, though. Not that I don't even know if I can even win next turn, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if I've got game on board. Okay, that's cool. And I can ace roller that bad boy back up. Oh, do I really only do 110? And I don't have any energy still. Now, in theory, if I end my opponent to 1, they shouldn't draw anything out of this. So, let's Field Blower these 2. How many Guzma have they played? They've played 3, so if they play 4, they would have to have the 4th. No, I just don't think they've got it. So let's ace roller up the Froakie. Pop that one up there. Rebench the Froakie. We can evolve into Zoroark. We can then play and evolve this. And unfortunately, we have to put the damage onto Garbodor so we can then get a KO with Greninja. We can then afford to trade away... Well, look, if he's got the Guzma, he's got the KO anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So now we can Haze Slash for 110. I do not want to shuffle all my cards back. There we go. So, my opponent needs to have Guzma, Garbodor, Psychic Energy in order to win the game. And if they do, they've won the game. Unfortunately, I had to use Field Blower to get a KO there. There was just no way I get the KO without Field Blower. Presumably, this is going to be for a Tapu Lele. For a Guzma, but he doesn't have the KO on board. Yes! Oh, that was a tense game, ladies and gentlemen. That was a very tense game. Well, I didn't really expect to like this deck very much, ladies and gentlemen, but I tell you what, I'm getting quite fond of it. And if you want to see me play more decks and games like this in future, do make sure you're following at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio so you can do just that. Huge thank you again to Martin Cornwall for lending us his account to play the deck, and do remember, if you play this deck, take out the Mew, pop in a Volcanion Prism Star. Otherwise, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy. If you want to support the channel, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio. You can support the channel, I'll give you some bonus podcasts, everyone will be happy. And do make sure that you check out my video game /Dragon Ball Super channel, Wassy Plays, for some more Wassy action. But by far the most important thing, as always, is to look after yourselves until next time. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.